champions. Nando De Colo seeing the basket big tonight.
Oh, Hines! Oh, Hines! Oh, my Hines!
Pumping that right fist in celebration. Nando De Colo.
There's the big slam. Kyle Hines says, we'll have some fun tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Watchalong, where you get to watch the EuroLeague game of the week with yours truly. I'm Anthony Goods, representing Swish Cultures. Today we got a very, very special guest, a guy I've known for many, many moons. I like to call him Mr. Final Four himself. He's been more Final Fours than I've probably seen in my life. But please give a nice, warm EuroLeague welcome for my man, Mike Rowe. Mike, what's good, baby?
Nice to see you. Thank you. Nice introduction. Always lovely. Great to be finally linked up. Thank you for me.
No, it's a pleasure of mine, man, and I appreciate you being on here. And we got a great game lined up. We got a Fenerbahce taking on your old team. A lot of friends on that side over there in Milan, man. We got a good game, and both teams are coming off of some success from last week, particularly with Milan. Last week they had the chance to go head to head with Barcelona. They're now the only team sitting at 7-1. They beat Barcelona 75-70, led by Luigi Datome's 17 points, and Devin Hall added another 16. On top of that, held Barcelona to 18% shooting from three, and took care of the ball. Took fairly good care of the ball with only 9 turnovers. Man, so what are your thoughts on Milan this year?
Coach Messina has them playing very well, looking great as a team. They're really cohesive, and they brought a bunch of guys back, added a few new twists out there that have really helped, and their defense is looking really good this year.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I think it's always difficult, adding new pieces, but it seems like they definitely, found their rhythm from the jump this season, and hopefully they can make it back to another Final Four. But they got a strong opponent tonight, Fenerbahce. They coming off of they had a 3-game losing streak, and finally, put that to rest with a win over CSKA Moscow last week. Mr. Nando De Colo dropped 11 of his team high 18 in the fourth quarter, and Jan Vesely, was consistent as always, 17.7 rebounds. I think Fenerbahce presents, some interesting matchup for Milan today. Have you had a chance to check out Fenerbahce this year?
Yeah, I've seen them play quite a few times, and obviously the two cornerstone pieces, Vesely and De Colo, playing great for them as always. Two fantastic players. So if they can bring it, then they're going to be in every game, and there's a lot to this rivalry. At Fener's home court is always very tough, but also the coaches, Messina versus Djordjevic, they can have done some battles over time and met in the Italian league these past couple years, so they know each other very well.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think it's always an exciting time when you have the opportunity to come off the win and you got another home game against one of the top teams in the league. Like, of course, it's going to be a challenge, but I like Fenerbahce's team, and I think they have a lot of pieces where, they can definitely, make this game competitive. And I think it's gonna go down to the wire. So in the early going, I like to put guys on the spot. Who are you going with in this game today? On the record.
I have to go Milan on the record. Playing so well. They got the experience. I don't think they're going to get rattled even if they get down. Fener, like I said, is a very good home court, so their fans are strong. But I think the Milano guys will be able to weather the storm and get the win.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now, I think Fenerbahce. I like Fenerbahce in this game. I think with Malcolm Delaney being out this week, I think he'll be missing until the middle of the month. So Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Fenerbahce this game, man. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm probably like 1-7 this year, but you know what I mean. I won last week, so I'm
Okay,
on the right.
so
I'm
you're
on the
riding a
right
hot streak.
trajectory.
Riding a
Right,
hot
right,
streak
right,
now.
right. Yeah, so I'm good, man. But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. What memories do you have from playing in Fenerbahce's gym over your league years?
Yeah, a lot of tough battles. I've mentioned already a few times, but their home court is great. It's a beautiful arena. The floor, the actual basketball court, is very good. As a hooper, you love it when it is very sticky. You don't have to worry about the
Hmm.
grip sliding out, and so that's awesome. It's a raised court, so it's good on your knees, on your body. There's no reason to complain. It's a shooter's gym. I'm not sure if it's true, but I heard it's a replica of the Staples Center in Los Angeles, just a little bit smaller. It's beautiful,
Okay.
so it's always fun to play there, and just the lights being off right now for them giving out the starting five, it just makes you want to be there and really get to hooping.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. And Fenerbahce is known to obviously have one of the best crowds and the best fan bases, in all of Europe. So, I think these
Hmm.
guys are for sure going to come out playing hard. I don't think you can take a night off in EuroLeague, period. But it just
No,
makes it
no,
a little
you can't.
easier
You
when you
can't.
got the army behind you. Makes it a little bit easier,
Yeah,
man.
that's 100%. Yeah, you can't take any night off, or else you're gonna get dubbed quick. So I know both teams really really want this win. Obviously, Milano coming off a huge win at home, beating Barcelona, so they're trying to ride the wave. They're playing great. They want to keep it going, and then if Fener, can cap off that win in Moscow, then they would be sitting really good.
Yeah. So what matchup are you looking forward to seeing tonight? Obviously, Jan Vesely and,
Hmm.
Kyle Hines are, they're going to wrestle it out down low.
Hmm. Hmm.
Siobhan Shields, I think, is obviously he's been playing great, the entire season, and I think they're definitely going to need him to kind of pace them, especially with Delaney being
Yeah.
out and Nando DeColo, obviously he's been playing amazing this season too. So, but
Hmm.
yeah, I think down low, I think Hines and Vesely will be an interesting matchup. What are you looking forward to seeing?
Okay, yeah, and there's a lot of little battles in this game. Siobhan Shields, breakout star from last year, played absolutely amazing, proven to be one of the better players in all of the EuroLeague. So, if Fenner is going to be able to, control him because he's really playmaking a lot more this year, making stuff happen off the dribble, creating for his teammates, not just scoring. So that's going to be great. I mean, you mentioned the GOAT Kyle Hines versus Jan Vesely, both terrific at what they do. So it's interesting. And then a bunch of old teammates, Siobhan versus Perrier Henry and Polinara. Polinara being an Italian guy, Meli and Gigi Tomi going back to Fener where they spent so many years, had success. So there's really a lot to this game that a lot of people, maybe not know about.
Yeah, nah, and I think Gigi tweeted that that he was excited to come back to Fenner and to play. I think that's interesting, man, to just have that kind of just have that attachment, man. And I think that's one thing, like as a player, sometimes you just have such a great experience somewhere. And it's like when you leave and you come back, man, that game is just so much more meaningful, which I'm sure you
Hmm.
probably felt like when you went back to like Tel Aviv, from
Hmm.
when you got to Milan. How was that experience going back to Maccabi after being there for years and then bouncing?
Yeah, I think players try not to get emotional, although there's just so much to it. You bring your whole life, to the team that you're playing for. And me, in this situation right now, going back to Tel Aviv, it was like, years there. I really improved my game there. I had so much fun. My fiance at the time, now wife, she was with me. So we made lifelong memories there, lifelong friends. And then going back as you're not a part of the team, it's the whole other side of the script. So there's a lot of emotions, but you just really try not to let it affect you, even though it definitely does, for sure.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. I mean, so many memories, like. And I feel like, man, it's just, I mean, you have the opportunity to play multiple years and, in different cities and stuff. And it's just like, anytime you play and, and I've done the same thing a couple different times, but anytime you play in a place and, you end up coming back, man, it's just super dope to kind of feel the warmth of the fans that you used to play for. Because sometimes you never really know. Like you can step out there and just get booed, and what I mean, because you left, and however the media spun it, what I mean. But
Right, right.
usually when you get a warm reception, man, that it always feels good. Coming back to a place
No,
you used to play.
100%. My first time back to Tel Aviv was special for that reason. They made me feel at home. I got a huge, standing ovation from the crowd. They even gave me this nice plaque that I still have that I brought all the way back to California. So it was really nice to be able to do that. And last year, getting to go to Fener with Gigi, seeing all the people that loved him. I think he spent 5 seasons there. He embraced himself in the Turkish culture. Really thought Istanbul was home for that time. So to see all the people that wanted to take photos with him, really just say hello, that they missed him. That was also very special.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it looks like we're underway here at the game. And if everybody back home, if you want to tune into the game, you can go to EuroLeague.net or EuroLeague.tv and sign up. We got a promo code Watchalong10. That's Watchalong and the number 10. For those of you that are living outside of Italy and Spain, you can get 10% off and watch all the EuroLeague games throughout the whole season. Got some really cool features on there. Watch multiple games at once. It's a really nice experience. So be sure to go visit those sites and check this game out as well as others. And we
Those
knotted
jerseys
up
from
0-0.
Fener.
Man, hey,
Wow.
the EuroLeague teams have had some really nice jerseys this year, man. I like the spin
Hmm.
that they put on some jerseys. Um, it's really cool to see.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. I mean,
step
those are
up.
almost like the camouflage on the front.
Right, right. No, for sure. Did you have like a particular uniform that you remember in your career that you liked the most?
That I like the most. You know what? The first time that I was asked what I want on my jersey for which name, I thought that was just so different. I was like, because in the States you're used to just your last name and that's it. But when they asked me, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll put Michael on the back. That would be cool. Something a little different.
Right, right.
So
You should have gave him a nickname, man.
I know, right? I should know the whole different name. Rhythm them up. But then,
Yo,
they're
when I
already
started,
bad enough at giving all the correct stats. So then I really wouldn't have got stats and I would have been upset.
yeah, yeah, nah, for sure. You need everything that you earn, every bucket, every
Yeah.
assist, every rebound. I need it all.
Absolutely. I mean, when you take the stats after and you're one rebound short, like, come on, what's happening here? I'm the home team. Why I'm not getting on my boards? I need all the buckets. Even give me an extra. Come on.
For sure, for sure. Like Milan out there moving the ball. He got some decent shots, man, just not falling on that last possession.
Yeah. I really like Hall. I didn't know him before watching him this season, but he's really come
Hmm.
out and been aggressive for them and really been a nice
For sure.
outside threat. He's shooting the ball very well.
Yeah, he's actually leading EuroLeague in shooting and 3-point shooting this year. He's shooting 52%, from three. So yeah, he's definitely in elite company when it comes from shooting from behind the arc.
That's impressive.
Man,
Anything above 40 is great. I mean, he's above 50. My goodness.
yeah, no, he's doing it. And GG, they off running now. 5-0 start. I like Mario Shayuk, man. I mean, I loved this game back when he was on this side of the world. But I think after he gets this year under his belt, I think he's going to be a really good player in Europe, man. I think he has a game that
Yeah,
fits well over
it
here.
always takes Americans a good while to get used to the European game. It being so different than how we grew up. But hey, you can tell he's skilled,
For
and,
sure.
and once he really gets it, then absolutely could be a tear.
Yeah, for sure, man. I always thought he's one of those guys like, and you know how it is in Europe. Like, if you could score in like a limited amount of dribbles and be efficient and do those type of things, you're gonna be able to play in Europe. And I think that's kind of the problem for some guys when they come from the NBA and come to Europe is like
Mhm.
it's a lot harder to score out here, because of the rules and just how tactical the defense is. But I
Right.
think, when you're an
And
efficient
the
type of
fouls
scorer.
too.
Yeah, yeah, the physicality for sure.
Physicality and I mean I've even had coaches teaching fouls, when to foul, how to foul. I feel like that's not such a high priority in the States.
Nah, for sure, man. And we got a YouTube comment from none other than DJ Strawberry. He says, "I love you, Michael Rowe."
My guy, DJ, that's love right there. So congrats to the new contract, DJ. See you headed out to France.
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
So
I see. DJ just signed out there. Congrats on that, DJ, man. Appreciate you stopping by too, man. That's
and another California hookup right there.
man. I know, man. We somehow we got to rope him in here, man. Get a three-way going or
Yeah,
something. We got to holler
yeah.
at the EuroLeague
Producer,
producer.
producer, get another box in there. We need one more for DJ. California Connecticut's game.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. But what was uh what was some of your favorite memories? Do you have like a favorite like a game that just sticks out in your mind from Milan?
From Milan. Ooh, man. Yeah, a lot stick out. Mm, winning the Italian Cup was very special. Absolutely. That was my second season there. We had a lot of highlights last year. We made the EuroLeague Final Four, but I think winning the
Hmm.
Italian Cup was so special because it's 3 games in 3 days. It's just so intense. Every game is knockout situation, and just to see the guys so locked in, seeing how these professionals were. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, even looking at this game, you got Milan up 7-0. They obviously were prepared and ready to play.
Hmm.
What was it like playing for Messina, and how did you guys prepare for games that was somewhat different from other teams you played on?
Yeah, definitely different was the amount of brain capacity that he demanded from you. I always tell people, he said, you don't always have to bring your legs every day because I know the season is brutally long, it's hard, but you got to bring your brain every day. So anything he said, he's going to say it once. He expects you to know it. You got to remember it. You got to get it down. So even if we put something in and shoot around the morning of, we got to come out and run it flawlessly, execute, and just make it happen. So we didn't watch all that much film, which was very great surprise. I love that because most of us were high IQ basketball players, so we didn't need to go over every mistake. Like, basketball is a game of so whoever makes is probably going to be in the best chance to win. So that was very refreshing. You hear about all these horror stories of European coaches making you watch an hour and a half of film every day. It's like
Hmm.
nobody wants to do that. We want to come here. We want to get better. We want to enjoy the time, and he was really big on that. Everybody enjoying each other's time together, and it was a nice culture there.
Wow, that's what's up, man. I think
Mm.
it's always good for I think it's always good for the morale of the team when I think the team feels like the coach respects them and respects their IQ or their understanding of basketball. And
Mm.
obviously, as a player, you're going to get corrected because you are going to make mistakes, kind of like you said. But you know, a lot of times, some coaches they just kind of just on you and they just hawk you without kind of giving you
Right.
that reassurance. But when you have that perfect mix, man, I think it's great for the team, and and I think it showed in your guys' success last year for sure.
Yeah, I mean he always valued the player's opinion. He knew it's a player's game. I mean he's a Hall of Fame coach, so his brain is unbelievable. He's deflecting to the players to ask their opinion, to see their point of view, um, seeing what maybe he doesn't see, which is very rare because he sees everything. But if there is something that maybe you can point out or you talk it through with him, then you might change his perspective at the moment. And he really valued everybody being able to speak up and feel comfortable in that way.
Yeah, for sure, man. And looks like Fenerbahce's got this opportunity to finally get on the board with that dunk attempt by Jan Vesely. Obviously, he got fouled there on that one. But
Hmm.
man,
I mean,
it's dope to see Vesely still playing above the rim, man. After all these years, I feel like he's been at Fenerbahce forever,
yeah, it does feel that way, right? It feels like you
man.
just, NBA right to Fener. I don't know if that was the case, but I mean, the only thing that I know him is at Fener, basically.
Right, right, man.
So I mean,
It's been a minute.
yeah,
He's been
he's been
effective for a
for
while.
a long time. Yeah, I mean, shoot, he needs to get them on the board so they can get going. Milan is locked in here over 5 minutes and solid defense.
For sure, for sure. Oh, good pass. What would you say is like we got some YouTube comments. If you guys are looking for the game, please go to EuroLeague.tv or EuroLeague.net. You can sign up, use our promo code Watchalong10. That's Watchalong and the number 10. Again, if you're trying to watch this game, please go to EuroLeague.tv and you can watch this Milan and Fenerbahce game as Melly just broke away for a dunk, and it's 11-1. Man, Finner's putting me in bad company right now, man. I'm about to be one and I think they
You
about to
said
get a
one and
sub for
seven.
me
It
in a
might be
minute.
1-8.
Man, they about to get a sub for me in a
Oh,
minute.
yeah,
You
oh
know how it
boy.
is you know how it is in Europe. You start off 1-8, they start getting on the phone, start seeing who's available.
Oh, yeah. You might get that first flight smoking the next morning. I mean, you're back
Man,
flying home job.
yeah, no doubt, man. But I still got faith, man. I still got faith. It's early. It's
Yeah, we
definitely
got what
early.
36 minutes left to turn the tides. But Kyle Hines with the two
Right.
fouls, that's a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. And real quick, Savi Analytics, he's asking for the promo code. The promo code is Watchalong10. Watchalong10. Watchalong and then the number 10. And we appreciate your support. Head over to EuroLeague TV and type that in for the promo code to get 10% off. Look at Melly over there scrapping for the board.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Perrier hit Vesely, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a brutal contact right there.
Man, how was Sergio in practice, man? What was it like playing
Funny,
with him in practice?
funny.
Yeah.
Sergio, yeah, he's always talking. Oh my gosh. I've never seen a guy talk on the phone so often. Every bus ride, every trip, just we all Sergio LLC is always open, taking calls 24/7. He's great, very energetic guy, talking everything, just always having a good time. So he's a real pleasure to be around and to work with every day. So that was good. And I mean, we don't even have to talk the basketball with him. He's unbelievable. One of the best EuroLeague point guards of all
Right.
time. Spanish national team won so many things. He wins everywhere he goes. So just the basketball was great, and he was even better off the court.
Yo, it's funny because it's like, you see these guys and obviously they're just crazy talented and you just never know what their personalities are like, off the court. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I think the EuroLeague games are just so intense. Everybody has to be so locked in. You know what I mean? And it's just like, with the fire and everything that he plays with, you just wouldn't expect him to kind of be, from the outside looking in, I just wouldn't expect him to kind of be that type of guy. But that's funny. It's
Right.
it's dope to
Right.
hear though.
Yeah, I know
It's dope to
it's good. So, and I played in Spain 2 years, so I was just really, yeah, that was maybe 7 years ago. So I was trying to brush back up on my show. That was always good trying to speak with him about it. And he's from the island, face with the accent. So whenever he does, it's
Okay.
almost like I don't even know if you're speaking Spanish or what you're even saying. But he's funny for that.
No, that's what's up, man. So after all your years, man, who do you think was like the most competitive player, you've played against? I mean, played with,
Hmm.
sorry. Who's the most competitive player that you played with? Like somebody that was just in practice trying to eat just as hard as they were in the game.
Right. Oh wow. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Siobhan Shields is definitely up there. Recently comes to mind for that. Mm, John DiBartolomeo from Maccabi.
Hmm.
He just
Hmm.
doesn't know anything but
Yeah, he
120%.
got one speed, right?
Yeah. I mean, and he's attacking you on defense. He's chasing you down on a fast break. He's, swiping for steals. John goes hard, and he brushes people the wrong way sometimes just because, some guys just want to chill and just get some shots. But John
Right,
goes
right.
hard. Um, those two probably on the top of the
Just
short
stick
list real
out.
quick. Yeah.
No, that's what's up, man. And looks like we're sitting here stuck at a 13-1 game. All right, what's Fenner got to do to get back in this game, man?
Ooh. Uh, I mean, one got to make shots, but I think that defense,
Mhm.
you got to get stops. So maybe you can get out and run, use your athleticism, get a couple easy ones, especially with Perrier Henry on the court. If you can get him in the open court, then he could really make stuff happen. So I think it just starts on the defensive end, but Milano is clicking on all cylinders right now. So I mean, they're out to 13
Yeah,
points in 7 minutes. Not looking good.
yeah, no, for sure, man. I think you definitely want to try and keep a team under 20 points, a quarter. And
Hmm.
yeah, Milan's definitely off to a good start. And yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen any of their actions, work for him yet. But it looks like they got Pollinar back in the game, so he'll be able to stretch the floor a little bit. And
Hmm.
they're just gonna have to knock down some shots. So let's see how this new lineup does for him. But I know these fans are, know they sitting kind of tight
Get
right now.
rest. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Polinar did give problems the past year in Baskonia. He can be a real threat. From the outside, he can rebound and run, push the break himself. So maybe if they could get a stop and get him involved that way, that would really get them going.
It's funny, man. I remember like my first year in Europe, I played in Italy with Achille, and
Hmm.
he was young. He might have been like 19, 20 years old, and we used to tell him like, because he was athletic, and we used to tell him like, "Yo, shoot the ball!" Like, he had a good jumper, but he was young. He was unsure of himself, didn't want to get yelled at, that type of thing. But it's just super dope, man, to just see him. Like, I mean, he grown now, and just see him
Yeah,
playing so well, and just how his game has evolved, man. I'm just very impressed, man.
he was
Really
a
good
hot
player. He's
free
having a
agent
good
this
season.
summer. You
Yeah.
saw all the rumors, what teams were wanting him, where he was floating around. Obviously ended up signing there in Fener, but yeah, he had really good seasons in Baskonia.
Yeah, for sure, man. And Milan just continues to pour it on a 15-point lead so early. Sheesh. Yeah,
And
Nando's gonna
Siobhan
have
knocking
to
down
step on the
threes.
gas. Yeah, Nando's gonna have to
Yeah,
force the issue a little bit and start creating.
yeah,
Oh,
I'd
look,
like to
they
see
off to the
as
race.
he shoots it there, but yeah, I'd like to see him get call his own number a little bit more here because some guys are struggling at the moment. Sometimes you just need to see one go in, and then they can get it going.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it doesn't take much. I mean, all these players are obviously very capable, and but a score like that, once he gets one to go in, I think. Everybody kind of exhale a little bit, but on top of all that, they got to
Hmm.
get stops.
Yeah.
Definitely got to get stops. And I think at home too, you definitely want to push the pace. Just try to get some some easy buckets if you can. You know
Yeah,
what I
get
mean?
easy
And get the
buckets, get the
crowd back
crowd
into it.
involved. Yeah, give
Right.
them a nice little show so they're willing to, to give you their energy. I think that's where it starts. But if you're playing on your heels the whole game because Milano's just coming at you, then yeah, it's a recipe for a disaster. And yeah,
Right.
this is just not a good start. This might be what do we got? What less than 2 minutes left? 1 point. This
Right.
may be maybe the worst EuroLeague
Yo,
quarter in the last 10 years.
yeah, I don't know. We gotta fact check that, but I don't know if there's ever been a 1 point quarter in EuroLeague history. Oh,
Right.
Sergio. Sergio with a dagger, my goodness.
He really loves that drive right, the pull back behind the back dribble, three
Hmm.
pointer. He hits that day in and day out over everybody.
Yeah, man. This is getting super ugly. Okay,
Want to
there
change
we
your
go.
prediction?
Nah, man. I'm riding. I'm
No.
riding, man.
All right.
I'm riding. I can't go back. Once you on the record, you on the record. You know what I mean? It's set in stone. You gotta take that. You gotta take that home with you. So,
I
you
got you.
know. And everybody back home, please leave your comments, questions in the comment section. Excuse me. Please leave. We'll get to them as we can. And yeah, hopefully this game doesn't get too far out of hand.
Milan does a really good job for Sergio in the sense that they spread the floor. I mean, look at that.
Hmm.
It's almost like a full pick and roll with Tarzuzzi coming up. He's a big body, so he'll set you a good screen. And then it
Oh
seems like
yeah.
everybody can shoot, basically. So you can't really help off of anybody. And, yeah, as you can see, Hall is just knocking down more threes.
Yeah, man. It's this is getting bad. Let's see if Finner can at least close the quarter out with a bucket. 'Cause this
Yeah.
is
ISO, or we got a
and
screen
then
roll coming.
oh, good pass. Oh, smoked it. Now they're off.
Hmm.
Oh, if he hits that, uh, that is the end of the first quarter. My goodness, Milan put on a excellent defensive display. 22-3. There's only 3 points by Fenerbahce in that first quarter. They cannot be happy about that. Man, that was that was brutal. If you're a Fenerbahce fan, that was a brutal display of offense. Um, yeah, but everybody back home, please. We have a fantasy challenge now available to EuroLeague fans. Please go to fantasychallenge.euroleague.net. You can draft players, trade them all season long, have fun, invite your friends. It'll be super dope. And yeah, it'll be cool, man. I might even get on, man. I was telling Tyrese Rice and telling Tyrese Rice and Bryce Taylor about how, like, if I had like a fantasy team of just the watch along guests,
Hmm.
we're gonna be all right. We're gonna win some games, man. I had Eric McCullum, Sonny Weems, Casey Rivers, Mike Rowe, Bryce Taylor, Tyrese. You know what I mean?
That's a lot of buckets right there.
It's a lot of buckets. Like, we got a lot of size, but they're gonna have to sit down and guard us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh my gosh, yeah, you got an all-star lineup in that situation.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. It would be nice, but man, Finner's yo, after scoring 3 points, like, what are you saying in that huddle?
Mm.
As a coach, if you're
Mm.
Fenerbahce's coach right now, what are you saying in that huddle?
Yeah, I would love to know. I'm wondering if he's, just going crazy on them, screaming, or like obviously we only scored 3 points. Like let's try to figure something. To, let's change a new play, or let's get a different action out there. Like I would know
Hmm.
how about trying to navigate the situation. I mean, you would think each player is self-motivated at that because they're down so bad, but yeah, obviously they need a little kick in the pants.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I I think one of the things that I saw last quarter in the difference between the two teams, and you alluded to it, man, is just the spacing. Milan's spacing is phenomenal as they come out and
Mm-hmm.
get a lob off that pick and roll. And Finner looked a lot more crowded in their sets. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
in a game like this against a superior defensive team, every little bit helps. Every foot, every step, every inch that you can get is gonna be important, man. So
No, it's huge.
it's
On the kind of stress, obviously the shooters in the corners, but make sure you're actually in the corner. It's not,
right.
one step up or two steps up. You got to be all the way there in the corner because, like you said, 1 foot matters. It could be the difference between your driving angle, the correct spacing, the passing angle for the lob, all that. As you can see, I mean, they're almost like just playing four corners and driving the ball and making stuff happen. And then, Fenner's, like you said, it looks a little crowded in there. They're driving. There's nowhere to pass to really. It makes it harder on them.
Yeah, for sure, man. And that's funny, man. You said that because like in my career, especially like the last 3 or 4 years, that was something, playing off the ball. I played so much attention running to the corner, but getting as deep in the corner as possible, especially if I was a
Hmm.
decoy. It's like that
Hmm.
extra foot is like, because usually the defense is up the line, and that extra foot
Yeah.
just makes a difference for whoever's involved in the action. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of
I mean,
players, man, you
especially
just see it, they start creeping up.
it's a natural tendency to creep up. Absolutely. You navigate towards the ball. It's like it's gravity. But when you have a great point guard like Chacho running out there, and Malcolm when he's healthy and playing, if they can get downhill, one more foot, one step, it make it even harder for the weak side defender to tag the big who's rolling to the rim. And if you can't tag, then Tarzewski's catching lobs, or Kyle Hines is
Hmm.
easily finishing that. And then if you are tagging, you got Gigi Zatomi just knocked down three. Hall, all the time knocking down three, we can see. So racing is phenomenal and it's showing.
Yeah, man. I'm impressed with this Milan team, man. I mean, they're executing, they're defending. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, you can't really ask for much more than that. But yeah, Finner's gotta do something, or they could just start the bus and head home.
I wonder what dinner plans they have, although it is late here.
Hey, they might be at practice tonight. The way this is
Yeah,
going,
yeah,
they might be getting those practice uniforms.
absolutely. 30 to 5. Yeah, you might be there
30
all
to
night.
5. My goodness. Yo, you ever had like a bad game and then, the coach made y'all like practice at a weird hour or 4 hour practice or anything like that?
I did have directly practice after a game one time. It was after a game, I think it was at like a 2 p.m. game, so all the families come to the game. Obviously, they watch. We did well. I'm assuming we lost. That's why we had practice. But he said, okay, nobody's going home. Guys already started to put ice on their knees, cut their tape off. He's like, "Now take that off, retape your ankles. We got practice." What? First of all, I'm hungry. I need to eat. Second of all, what good is that gonna do right now? Like it's only gonna be diminishing returns at this point. Just killing my
Right,
body, killing my mental for making me tell
for
my
sure.
people that I can't come out after this game. I have practice.
Yeah. Nah, it's tough, man. I think a lot of it though, man, is just there's just so much in Europe in general. There's just so much pressure to win. You know what I mean? And I think that coaches sometimes they just feel like they got to respond somehow. They got to show that they're trying to get the team motivated. And
Right.
I guess for some guys it'll register, but some guys you really just gonna just add another bad vibe on top of the bad loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's differently, so some can take that yelling and really do well with it, and then some just shut down, and that's it. Like you're not going to get through to them. So, Fenner being the home team right now, being down so bad, it's even worse for them. You know, that I don't know. You feel a little bit embarrassed, or you want to do better for the fans, type of thing. Like, I know it sucks
Hmm.
to lose on the road bad, but I would not want to be at home and be like this.
No, no, definitely not. I mean, they might want to stay and practice. Yeah, I don't think I want to be on the streets of Istanbul after this game. I wouldn't want to show my face, man. This is bad, man. This is really
Hmm.
bad. We got a 25-point beat down right now. Armani Exchange Milan pouring it on to Fenerbahce, and yeah, they they need a miracle right now to turn this around by halftime.
Yep.
You know,
Nice stops and
usually,
runs. I think that's the key.
oh, for sure. You know, usually, you get down, double digits before halftime. You're like, yo, let's just get it to 10. I think now,
Hmm.
let's just get it to 17, 15. You know what I mean? I think that's a little
Hmm.
more realistic right now. We got half of a
Yeah.
quarter, but yeah, this is a tough game for them, man. But
Although these last couple possessions, they've really shown some fight here. I like a couple stops,
right,
got a couple turnovers, easy buckets. So, okay. So I like the fight in it.
there we go. All right, we turning it back around slowly but surely. I mean, there's
Hey,
no
it's
there's
gonna
no
take
20
all.
point. I was gonna say there's no 20-point play, so you just got to take it a bucket at a time.
Yeah, you said it better. I mean, when you're down like that, it's literally one possession at a time. You know, a lot of guys think, oh, I gotta just go on a 12-0 run, 3-3-3. Like, no,
Right.
just take care of the ball, move the ball, get a nice bucket. Okay, now let's worry about getting a rebound, and we can come back for one. You know,
Yeah, for sure, man. So like, let's go back to like your very first. Do you remember your first EuroLeague game?
my first yearly game, I do in Bros Bamberg against your boy Bryce Taylor.
Okay.
I think that's what is that, Bros? Is that that's not Quackenbrook? That's the city of Bamberg, yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, we won a tough road game, so it was my first one. I was very excited, probably a little nervous. I don't remember if I was, so that's good.
Hmm.
But it was a tight game, and then I played well. The team played well. Pierre Jackson went crazy in the fourth quarter to help us to win,
Hmm.
and yeah, I remember that. So that was great to be a part of, and I was really a nice point for me in my life.
Nah, that's what's up, man. What differences did you see playing EuroLeague versus, like the domestic leagues and everything else that you
Hmm.
played prior?
Yeah, definitely a lot of differences, but just easily the defense. They just give you no space, attacking you, being physical, um, taking away your strengths. Everybody knows what everybody can do and where they want to get to on the court, so that they're doing their best to take that away from you. So you got to work on your counter, work on what's coming next. Once they stop that, and me being a shooter, they want to make me try to get in the lane and get the bigs involved. So I don't have any airspace, and just
Hmm.
working on the game that way.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm very impressed with, league wide, man, how a lot of I mean, every team seems like, they really give a serious effort on defense. They're fighting over
Hmm.
screens. And then on top of that, I mean, you got bigs really laying some screens on some guys too, man, trying to dislocate some shoulders. So and that's just the beauty of EuroLeague basketball though, man. It's a physical game, man.
100%. I even did sprained my AC joint in my shoulder one time because Tibor Pleiss was rolling down the lane. I tried to tag the big, and sure enough, there it is. So, like you said, super physical. I missed a couple weeks because of that, and I'll never forget that.
Yeah, man, that's where I used to get so mad when I would get blindsided by a pick and get nailed. I used to get so
Hmm.
mad at my teammates for not calling it out. Like
For not calling
that,
it out, yeah.
I don't think bigs really understand like how much that, I mean, just the size differential. Like, I
Hmm.
don't think bigs really understand how much that, how it feels to get cracked like that by a big. And
Yeah,
bigs look
yeah.
forward to it. They look forward to it. When they see the guards
They
not looking, they're like, "Oh, I'm about to tear his head off."
and it could be avoided so easily, you know? Just talk. It's so simple. You talk all day. Just tell me the screen is right there. Why I have to go through this pain now?
Nah, exactly, man. Siobhan, oh, that's a tough bucket. Man, he's been hooping this year, man.
Man,
He's been a pleasure
he's
to watch
really,
the last few
really.
years.
I mean, he has improved so much. I tell him that I'm happy to see that for sure. I mean, he's like you said, he's unbelievable.
There you go. Henry got one to fall. Yeah, I'd like to. I think Fenner's gonna have to pick up the pressure a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely have done that. You can see that they're a little bit more spirited than what they came out
Right.
as. Just hopefully the lead was not too big, for them to be able to claw back into this thing. But yeah, I mean, every time they drive, it looks like Milano's just hitting bodies,
There,
clogging the
right,
lane.
yeah.
They're everywhere.
They're early on the double team.
Yeah, taking charges. I mean, there's the biggest guy and taking it.
That's great D by Melly, man. I think it's such a blessing, man, when you got that 4 man and even sometimes a 5 man that can like sit down with a guard on the switch and like not even necessarily
Hmm.
stop him, but keep it interesting, force him into a tougher
Hmm.
shot. I mean, it's
Hmm.
just it's just such a benefit for a team, man.
I'll tell you what, and both have it. When Vesely switches on you, a lot of times he's a better defender than the guards. Like he's longer, he can
Hmm.
move his feet, he covers more ground. He has the
Right.
potential to block your shot if you're getting to the rim. And then, Kyle Hines, my gosh, you you can't move him. He's too strong. He can move his feet. He's
Right.
got crazy long wingspan. So if I were the case, I wouldn't even want to run screen roll because you're bringing a better defender at you than if you were to just go
Right.
ISO on the guard.
Nah, for sure. At least with the guard, like guards ain't blocking jump shots like that. You know what I mean? But
Right.
those long arms from the bigs, you don't get
Hmm.
them off balance, man. And I
Yeah,
used to
I
hate
mean, you might think you have
when the
this.
big gets close, even if you get the shot off and you feel his hand there, it sits
Yeah.
with you up here.
If it doesn't go in, you're like, God, what is happening? Why is this so hard right now?
Nah, for sure, man. It's definitely different, man. Looks like they're reviewing a play here. Milan got the ball back. Sitting at a 19-point deficit. Cutting back into it slowly but surely. Fenerbahce down
All right, is this
16 to 35.
is this Grant's first action of the day? Yeah, I'd like to see
Yeah, I
him out
believe
there.
so.
He hasn't been getting the most time, so yeah, I'd like to see him do well, especially with Malcolm being out and injured.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. Jerry Grant. Yeah, I played with his brother some years ago back in Israel when I was with Hulon.
Hmm.
His
I feel
brother's a
like
funny
everybody
dude.
could say that I play with his brother. Don't they ever? There's a couple of them, right?
Yeah. There's definitely yeah, there's a few of them. I don't know. Let me see how many of them are there. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure, but I know
Hmm.
he's got a few for sure.
It's a hoop family. That's absolutely true.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Joel,
17,
we got
man. Now it's getting a
17
little
points. Yeah,
interesting. 17, now it's getting
yeah.
interesting, man.
If they can, cut it to 13, maybe at the half, that would be a huge win for them.
That'll be a
You can see
win.
that the
That'll be a win
fans are waiting to jump in this game and trying to get the team going.
for sure, man. And if Fenner wins this game, man, I'm sending a bottle of wine to Fenner's basketball office. You know, a big Magnum bottle, man. Just share it. Spread the
And
wealth.
you better send the raki, the Turkish liquor.
Yeah. Man, they got to get something going, man.
Yeah.
But what other arenas did you have an arena in EuroLeague that you love to shoot in as a visitor?
Yeah, the Žalgiris arena is also very good. I would say that's a shooter for sure. Also, another very good court, where the shoes stick very well. So, as a shooter, for me, that was very crucial. Because I mean, I'm trying to
Hmm.
get every ounce of power from my footwork, and if I'm slipping out
Right.
there, then they're gonna mess the jump shot. So, Žalgiris, very, very good. Maccabi has a great arena. I always thought it was a
Yeah,
shooter's arena. You try to make it not a shooter's arena for the opposing, but it's so nice that everybody likes to shoot there.
for sure.
Mm, yeah, what else sticks out? I've played against FS multiple times in a couple gyms, but the one that they're in now, Sinan Erdem Dome, is very good.
Okay. Yeah, man. I think, more so for shooters, man, we always pay attention to each gym and every little bit, counts, like the tightness of the rim. I used to always know the tightness of the rims. Like that
Hmm.
that would make your focus go. If the rim was super tight, you would shoot every shot like it's a game winner, man. If it had just the right amount of give, then, you just
Yeah,
had that much more confidence.
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. Yeah, you kind of like the looser rims. You don't have to stick with the mechanics as much. You just let it fly.
yeah, for sure. For sure, man. And everybody back home, please leave your comments. I see Imre Damar. Forgive me if I'm murdering your name, but he's a Finner fan. I'm with you today. I'm with you today, Imre. So let's see if we can get Finner to turn this game around for us. Got a minute and 20 left.
Yeah, they're fighting though. They're definitely fighting right now.
Uh, yeah, they are. They got the switch.
You
There you
see,
go.
Coach Messina is very spirited at the moment. He knows he doesn't let it back to the team. He's trying to keep it at 20.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you need every bit of cushion you can get, man.
Hmm.
Every bit of cushion. There you go. You got to get the rebound. Man, I think another. Oh, good hustle. I think another thing that plays into like Milan spacing is also just how, like, Siobhan and Sergio, like, they don't have to hug the 3-point line. You know what I mean? They could stay like a couple feet back, and that just opens the floor up like even more. And I think
Hmm.
that also plays a huge role in just creating more space for the guards and for everybody else to get open as well.
Hmm. They definitely got shooters, that can shoot from deep range. So, um, I mean, our corner is very tight, but if you can knock it down from 9 meters, as they say out here, it's like
9 meters.
a couple steps beyond the 3-point line, then that really helps the spacing.
That's hilarious. You've been in plenty gyms when you hear that 9 meters talk. Oh man, that's funny, man. But look around EuroLeague. We got Zenit is up on Olympiacos 67-59 with 8 minutes to go in that game. And that's the only other game that's active. And please stay tuned to EuroLeague. We have more games tonight. We have Monaco playing against Bayern Munich, and we have Real Madrid taking on Zalgiris. Let's see what's going on over there in Zenit right now. Jordan Lloyd only has 5 points. Billy Barron I love Billy's game, man. Billy's got 12 in that game. Connor Frankamp got 16. And for Olympiacos, Mustafa Falls leading the way with 13. And Thomas Walkup with 17. I think that was a big pickup for Olympiacos.
That was a pickup him. He's tough.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I mean, he's shown it. I think Olympiacos maybe 6-0 at home. Is that right?
Yeah, I think they are undefeated at home.
That's, first of all, they played 6 home games. That's a lot already. But I mean, for them to play so well, it's been great.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. I think the anytime your schedule is so like heavily weighted in that way, it's dope, especially if you're winning. But the sad part about that is it's gonna flip the opposite way at some point in the season.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get that load of road games, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
definitely don't want to turn that into a six game losing streak.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's good for them in that sense, just because they got that cushion now. You got the 6 home wins, so they can deal with the road trips at the end. Oof,
Yeah,
big
for
steal
sure.
and bucket right there at the end of the half by Grant. That's big time.
Nah, for sure. They definitely needed that. And you know, I think that's they got it down to 16, 17, I mean. Who was your MVP of that first half?
Ooh. I mean, I think Chacho just makes it happen. You know, he was really running the show. He did have a couple turnovers, but he was setting guys up. He was really making stuff happen, but oh man, I mean, Hall was knocking down threes. Really, they were sharing the ball so well. Siobhan was just making stuff happen.
Yeah, they had a balanced attack, man. They got a balanced attack. I don't think anybody for them is in double figures right now, but you know, Devin Hall hitting threes as well as I think they hit 7 threes as a team in the first half. So that's plenty to maintain
That's
and
great.
to get a lead. So,
Yeah,
but
and
yeah,
that's
we're
all
at
with Kyle Hines on the bench for a long time.
right for sure. So we'll see what happens coming out of this halftime. But everybody back home, let's take a look and see what else is going on around EuroLeague.
Came into the season, you know, just wanting to do whatever I can to help the team win. Coach, my teammates and everything put me in a great position to be able to produce and have a game like that. And, you know, it just felt great to be a part of something, you know, bigger than myself and, you know, accomplishing something like that.
In a magnificent maiden season for AX Armani Exchange Milan, Siobhan Shields shone as the 3-time continental champions contested their first Final Four of the modern era.
It was one of our goals coming into the season, making it to the Final Four. So we accomplished that goal as a club, and obviously didn't finish the job completely, but you know, it's something very, very memorable, not only for me personally, but I feel the club as well.
After posting career highs across the board, Shields improved his play even further in the playoffs, where he was the 4th leading scorer. Named to the All-EuroLeague second team in recognition of his play, Shields has been instrumental in Milan's 4-0 start this season.
It meant everything to me. I think it was an amazing accomplishment, and you know, super humbling that I was able to be named in an all-EuroLeague team. It's the biggest league in Europe, and to be a part of that team is pretty special.
Stunning from Shields. Siobhan Shields might have just won this game.
You cannot be not happy with a player that makes the second All-Star team. He has taken pride in defending the most important players in the other team, and that has changed completely our approach to the game. Because in the EuroLeague, if you have that kind of toughness and mentality, now you can overcome a bad shooting night.
I think he's just really scratching the surface of the potential of the player that he can be. And I think he knows that. I think everybody here knows that you know, we're going to go as far, you know, as he takes us. You know, he's, you know, one of the best players, in my opinion, in EuroLeague, and I think he's going to continue to show that throughout the season.
Shields with the Thunderdome. Siobhan Shields just shimmies along the baseline.
He's a very solid player. He's a super competitor. He wants always to win. He gives always his maximum effort. and hopefully he can have even a better season than last year.
He's so talented, and he showed up last year. He could be one of the leaders. He can take responsibility in any moment, and we are very happy to have him here with us.
I think the team success helps with individual success. So if we can take that next step and make the championship game and win a championship, I think that will be the next level to take for sure.
El Chacho! Behind the back pass!
A clash of European titans. The winner, Barcelona!
CSKA Moscow are the 2019 EuroLeague champions.
Two perennial title contenders.
And a slam dunk.
Oh, beautiful feed.
This is the game of the week, no doubt about it.
Oh, you can't do much better than that.
FC Barcelona against CSKA Moscow.
Fenerbahce Beko Istanbul mean business this season. Imposing, incisive, impactful. In round 4, the club's largest win for 20 years.
Fenerbahce, 39 points, the final margin of victory.
The Turkish giants with their sights set on one thing.
Championship is nothing else, nothing less. It's gonna be a show to watch, man. We're filthy, we're nasty, like we just got a lot of depth, man. It's definitely the best team I've ever been a part of. We want to be at the top of the top, but we know we gotta take it day by day, step by step, learn from every game, because that's what's gonna get us over the hump and make us, cut down the nets at the end of the season.
In a summer that saw 7 new signings at Fenerbahce, one of the headline additions was Perrier Henry, following his breakout campaign with Vichy Baskonia Vitoria Gasteiz, leading the EuroLeague's regular season in both assists and steals.
Just to be, mentioned and to be up there with, man, some greats, some legends, and it's truly a blessing, man. But when it comes to assists, I don't really got much to do with that other than my teammates doing the hard part, knocking down shots. So salute to them, man.
Oh, beautiful feed.
He's a great player, He likes to pass the ball, likes to share the ball. He's always on the rebound, playing great defense. I think he was a steal leader last season in EuroLeague, assist leader as well. So yeah, we have a great player.
Having signed for the 2017 champions, Henry is now part of one of the EuroLeague's most fearsome rosters, featuring 2 former MVPs.
You can feel, man, they got this European experience, so this is good when a player comes in a new team. And you know about the games for sure, and you want to bring this aggressivity we need.
Being around these vets, learning from them, especially Nando. And I've been watching that dude since I was yay high, and to be able to see how he really go about his business, and I'm only going to steal things from him and just try to add it to my own game. And I just enjoying life at the end of the day, man, not taking things so serious, counting my blessings for real, for real. So I just try to project that type of energy and, motivate others in that type of way.
That was a dope special on Pierre Henry, man. He was a dope pickup for them, man. I think that I really like his defensive tenacity. He led EuroLeague in steals last year, and I think he's on top of the boards this year in regards to steals. I mean, anytime you get a defender like that, man, it's definitely a good signing, heading into any season on any team.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that you want to play with. You know, he's attacking on the defensive end, making steals happen, making, bad rotations on offense because he's so active. And then he's so super unselfish out there, making plays for everybody, trying to get the assists, not necessarily just trying to be a scorer or anything like that. So super unselfish, works hard, does the nitty gritty. Absolutely, somebody you want on your team.
Yeah, for sure, man. So hopefully he inspire these guys to save my name and my expertise in this guessing
Something
game
they need
this
tonight.
year. Yeah, man. We need something, man, to turn it around. But yeah, man. So how was it off the court in Milan? How did you enjoy Milan as a city?
I really did enjoy it. First of all, it was much colder than I knew. It being in the northern part of Italy. Maybe I was ignorant for that, but it was very cold. So luckily, the owner of the team produces great fashion, so I was able to get some good jackets and some good wear for that. But other than it being colder than what I'm used to, the city was fantastic. Obviously where you go at Italy is a dream. You don't even have to describe that. It's A1. But if you want to go do something fun during the day, there's plenty of options. The metro system was very easy to get around. Where we lived in the apartment was fantastic. And then, if you're lucky enough to have a day off and you want to step into a little bit something late in the evening, there's some very good options out there for you.
Okay. Out of the EuroLeague teams you played with, which team had the best accommodations in regards to apartments? Which one was your favorite?
Milano, absolutely. We
Yeah.
lived in a very nice set of apartments. Most of the players lived there, so we would just all hang out. Everybody who had kids, you hang out in the courtyard, run around. We got to do, all the holiday activities in that sense. We did Easter egg hunts out there, so that was really cool. And yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, man. I always tell anybody that's going to play overseas, man, like, if anything, make sure you're okay with the apartment, man, because you're going to spend so much time there, outside of practice, and you really want it to be a place that you look forward to going to. And I think that
Yeah.
just really, it can make or break the experience, just being overseas for so long.
No, 100%. Most guys, come over here for 9-10 months, depending on how you do in the playoffs. You get home, if you have 2 practices in between practices, you better hope, one, the Wi-Fi is good, because every foreigner has to live with the Wi-Fi. That's basically your connection to life. You hope the
For
couch
sure.
is good, because you're going to be putting in a lot of time icing and just chilling. And then, if you have your electronics set up, then you can communicate back home.
Right, for sure. So when you were playing, like, was there like how much time did you watch like the other EuroLeague games like in your spare time?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say on a day, obviously when you guys weren't playing and you
Mm-hmm.
had access to TV. Did you spend a lot of time
Yeah,
watching
I'm a
the other
hoop
games?
guy. Yeah, I'm a hoop guy. I love hoop. I think about it all the time. So anytime there's a basketball game on, EuroLeague, even the league, depending on where you're at, I would watch it. So I try to catch them all, as many as I can. Even when they're on at the same time, maybe one on the screen, one on the tablet, just
Right.
to keep scores, see who's balling out, who's playing well, who you're trying to outdo, and who you got to keep up with, all that.
Yeah. Nah, for sure, man. I think EuroLeague, man, obviously being the biggest brand of basketball on this side of the planet, man, I think is it's dope how they have the games offset so you can, like, while you're playing, or if you
Mm-hmm.
have a week when you are playing, you can still catch them on the day that you're not playing and keep
Yeah.
up and see what's going on around the league.
Absolutely. And then even when they are playing on the same day, every country's got different time zones, so they stagger them so well. You can catch three
Right,
or
right,
even four games in a night.
right. Nah, for sure, man. And looks like we got some more Fenerbahce fans back in the comments. We also have a Maccabi fan. He said Maccabi Tel Aviv is the best team in Europe. We have a Maccabi fan in the building. So a lot of blue and yellow hearts in there, representing both sides.
Yeah. Maccabi had
Absolutely.
a close one last night in Cheska.
Hmm. Nah, for sure they did it. Cheska walked away with that win, 74-73. Also, Red Star defeated Asvel, 73-67. Alba Berlin got blasted by Ephes, but Ephes is starting to roll now. I think they got two in a row, starting to turn things back around as we all probably expected, with that veteran squad. And yeah, man, I'm excited to see how the rest of this EuroLeague season plays out because there's just been so many interesting stories throughout. I mean, Monaco and Asvel started off so hot, and Ephes fell to the bottom, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out on the back end. I mean, I think there's always a lot of drama in every EuroLeague season, but this one,
100%.
this season,
The FS situation was a little surprising. Some
hmm
might say the championship hangover, all that, but they pretty much have the same team. So for them to start the way they did, to me, I was surprised. Even though last year they kind of started slow as well, but as you can see,
hmm
once they get in gear and then they really get going, obviously they're fantastic.
yeah, for sure, man, and we're back in action with the second half. We got 37-20, the top of the third quarter, and we're gonna see if Fenerbahce can keep this game interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, I wonder what Coach Georgievich said to them. Only 20 points. Obviously, the start to the game was the reason for that. But what did they finish the
Right.
first quarter with? 3?
3 points, yeah. I believe it was 3-22 or something like that. Yeah, in the first quarter.
So I mean, to be able to get back in this game, you probably realistically want to cut it to 10 or maybe cut it in half down to 9 at the end of the
Hmm.
third quarter, and then give you 10 minutes to get back into it because nobody's going to go on the 12-0 run, so to speak, at this juncture. So
Right.
you want to see them try to cut it in half is basically the goal at the end of the third.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the tough thing is like, every game is a different story. And sometimes you can always find like that specific play or just the matchup that you think, has been kind of like, your shining moment. But I think for Fenerbahce, they haven't been able to find that just yet. I think they've gotten the majority of their points has just been when they've just been out running and been able to get some easy buckets. So hopefully they can get a lot more done in the half court this game as Siobhan Shields knocks
Yeah.
down another three from the corner.
Double up, 40-20. I mean, you see the spacing.
Yeah.
It was just one simple drive to the middle from Hall, kick out, boom, one extra pass to the corner, open three. I'm not sure we've seen the open three from Fenner yet.
Nah, it's been tough, man, and I think a lot of it too. If you just looked at Milan, like just how quick they're moving the ball, like it's one penetration and then pass. And we've seen that multiple times today, where they've been able to, get some type of penetration or just some type of look off of a pick and roll, and then a couple quick passes, and it leads to an open shot. Oh, lost it.
Simple. I mean, even the simple high-low, it's just not making it happen.
But yeah, no, it's tough right now for him, but Henry's picking up full court. I like to see that.
As he does.
Yeah, such a great defender. There you go. Oh,
Yeah, he's close to making it happen, though.
yeah. Another open three from the corner. That's tough, man. It wasn't a bad possession defensively either.
No, I mean, before the end result, it was very good. They almost got the deflection, he jumping out of bounds to save it, but then the chunk is that you have your center, your 5-man, dribble penetration down the middle. Like, who can do that? And then he just, with the easy kick to Gigi Datomi in the corner.
Right.
That's
Devin Hall with a nice defensive play to get that jump ball. Jump it up right here.
Any chance he can steal it?
Not today.
Not
today. Good pass. Another corner three. Shucks. Golly.
Fener's fans saw a lot of that. Datomi 3.
Yeah. Man, it's just great execution. It's a pass. There we go. Oh, wow. Get the mid-range down. Just keep it going. So man, I really don't know what they can do right now, but if there's any kind of action, that they can do, let's just say we're gonna scrap their playbook.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how would you spread? Who are you tacking on Milan? How would you spread them out? I mean, because you don't want Hines in that pick and roll, but
no, you gotta send Hines, man, as far away as possible.
Right.
I would say. I mean, most teams try to go with the lineup on the floor is Datomi, but Milano does such a good job of avoiding that scenario where he's just on an island as a defender. Mm-hmm. Usually he's and the guy in the corner, so he can use his length to maybe tag the roller and get back. He's not the best laterally, and else is able to make for it. So when he's just able to just use his length and kind of be in the corner and take up space, then that's a go. But
right.
Yeah, like you said, you want to send Kyle Hines as far away as possible because you don't want that. Siobhan seems to be really locking up. Hall can move his feet, so it's tough. It's very tough. That's why they're winning by 27 points.
For sure, and on the road at that. Winning by 27 points on the road is extremely tough to do. So, where do you think Milan ends up by the end of the year? You think they got Final Four in their sights this season?
I know they have it in their sights 100%. That's been a goal of Coach Messina's ever since we made it last year. His whole thing in the press conference was, it's great that we're here. Milan hasn't done it in so long, but now it's try to do everything possible in the summer to improve and get back here again because that's what he's doing. He's building a nice culture over there. He's building contender. Obviously, they're atop the league right now, so they're already at such a far lead over everybody that it's hard not to think that they won't be there.
Right. Yeah, man. It's I think I have Barcelona. I've been on record saying I think Barcelona is gonna win it, but I could for sure see Milan getting there, and I think that yeah, I think they got all the pieces, man, and they've gelled even after losing a couple key players last year. I think that they've geared up nicely this year, so it'll be
absolutely. And I think
it'll be surprised if they don't make it.
Troy Daniels out there. I don't even think he's been in the game yet.
Yeah. I know he's been battling some injuries this year, but
yeah, he got hurt.
Not sure if that's the case or
at
not.
The start of the season. Well,
right.
I know he's healthy now, but I mean, once that rotation is set, it's tough. So, just another talented player that they have ready for whenever.
Yeah, for sure, man. then going back to you, man. We know you know what it's like to travel in style, and going back to your Twitter feed from the M Reezy 20 Twitter feed. We had a nice view. We had a nice view of the plane. What
Mhm.
is what has it been like traveling, in Europe, from team to team? Like, what have been some of, the best travel situations? What are some things you like about it, some things that you don't?
Yeah, every team is different. The picture that's up right now we were headed to the Orlando. Yeah, that's it. Pretty much all the players ducked out lane, but um, every team is different depending on if they charter or if they fly commercial.
Hmm.
Some things did change with COVID. I think a lot more teams are chartering planes just because they don't want anybody to have any issues with that.
Right,
Uh,
right.
um, like I said, every team is different. But Milan, we flew, you know, I feel like the plane was fantastic, very comfortable seats. Almost was like the lazy boy lay back. Um,
Okay.
we tended to leave back from Milan right after every game if it was, not the furthest trip. If it was a double week, then we would spend the night and then travel the next day so you could, get as much rest as possible. Good food on the plane, to try to recover. So in that aspect, I would say Milan was top notch. It was, some of the best teams in the world quality.
Yeah. You had any like early in your career, you had any nightmare trips with like three connections having
Boy, I mean, you already
bus
know
trips?
every player that started out in Europe has had that. The 16-hour days, waking up at 5 in the morning just to try to get some croissant from the hotel, for breakfast, and then you got 3-hour bus ride to some airport where you got to catch a flight and then make a connection, wait half the day for a layover, then one more flight at night. You're not getting into your apartment until midnight. You barely had an apple to eat all day. Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
that's played over here has those stories, and they suck.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when that travel day is your off day and you're right back in the
Mhm.
office on Monday or
Yeah,
whenever it
yeah,
is.
that's the worst. When your
That's
off
the
days or
worst.
travel day, it doesn't make sense because it's harder on your body to travel than to practice. So I'd
For sure.
rather even practice weights in the gym than flights and just sitting in a cramped seat.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. That's one of the things, man. I remember we on Swish Cultures we posted something with Shane Larkin, and obviously, Shane is living nice over there in Istanbul, and so many players like, wow, man, that's like how he's living. And I'm like, yeah, like he earned that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sure as you've seen, you continue to string some good seasons together and, you start to live nicer and nicer, man. And it makes the
Hmm.
ride and the experience and the career that much more enjoyable.
No, 100%. I mean, yeah, in Shane's scenario, a nice career, both back in the States and over here together for himself. And, the more that you play, the more experience you get, the better teams. You can live great and you have great scenarios with all that.
Yeah, for sure. That is a fact, my man. And we're at a 26-point deficit for Fenerbahce.
Hmm.
As Milan seems to, they're not taking their foot off the gas. We got 3 minutes left in the third
No,
quarter.
it's full
They are
throttle. I mean, it
not
was
letting
17
up.
at half.
They are not up. And in other action in EuroLeague, another tough shot. Everything's $3 in the corner store. But looks like Zenit beat Olympiacos by 6, 84-78, led by Connor Frankamp, 16 points, and Billy Barron with 14.
Was that in Zenit?
And
Must be, because Olympiacos
yeah,
doesn't lose at home, right?
yeah, it was in Zenit. It was on the road, so yeah, that's the only action we got going on. Later on today, if you stay tuned on
Oof.
EuroLeague.tv, you can catch the Monaco Bayern Munich game tipping off at 8 o'clock if you're in Central Europe CET time. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but or you could catch the Real Madrid Zalgiris game at 8:45 CET time.
I'll tell you what, when I got the email saying the CET time, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to Google that. That was news to me. What is it? I think
Oh,
it's
you've never
Central
seen that? You
European.
didn't see that in Europe?
I mean, I've seen it, but I didn't know what it's for, so I had to check that out to make it correct.
Okay. Right. Man, this is we got to get a mercy rule. We might have to implement a mercy rule, man. It's a 33
Yeah,
point
this one is.
lead, 33-point
I mean,
lead
at this
right
point,
now,
you're
but
just trying to escape the game without an injury and get the clock running as fast as possible, because I mean, it was
yeah,
17 and now it's 33. This is rough.
nah, for sure, man. And as a player, I'm just thinking about what practice is about to look like because
Man,
I don't think,
it's liable to be a practice tonight, maybe a film session tonight, probably
yeah,
both tomorrow early, because
for
nobody's
sure,
happy. But I mean, you can just see Milan. They're just moving the ball like unbelievable.
right?
It's a machine out there.
No doubt. I mean, Melly's out there on the fast break with the Carmelo flush. I mean,
Mm,
they out there clicking.
easy.
There you go. When was your last dunk?
Man, come on, we can't go that far in the past. Like, they delete the files after 2 years.
Don't tell me it was in Westwood.
No, I've had some as a professional, but we don't even need to go about that.
Okay.
It was probably against my, Stanford Cardinal was probably, my best dunks ever.
Oh no. We had trees back there. You weren't getting any back there. Back then. There weren't a whole lot of dunks if it wasn't from the bigs. Nah, man, but I mean, I think. What do you think? What do you think Fenner can learn from this game? I mean, obviously, it's a terrible loss, but I mean, there's something to learn, from every game, good or bad. What do you think are the
Yeah,
takeaways
I
from
mean,
them for them?
well, for one, I think that's kind of the sign of a good team, is trying to take away something from every loss. Okay, this one obviously is very bad, but if you're going to look at the film, you just kind of have the attention to detail that Milan is having. Like you said, getting all the way to the corner, not creeping up. It's 1 or 2 feet of extra space. Look at how they're sharing the ball. I mean, pass it to the 5-man. He's swinging it to the other side. They're running the pick and roll. He has to dive the hoop. So I think Milano's angles and space is so much. So maybe Fenner could take away. I'll take that. I'll be able to use that in practice tomorrow.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And I think, as we see the hard foul there, I mean, I would even start to, especially in this fourth quarter, if I'm Messina, I'm gonna start taking my soldiers slowly off the floor, making sure everybody, you know,
Mm-hmm.
stays healthy because this game is not gonna get any less physical. Fenerbahce is gonna fight to the end, whether they're scoring or not.
Yeah,
Kyle Hines
right.
up top. So, I think, like you said earlier, man, it's just about getting out of here safely and just regroup and recharge for the next game.
Yeah, I mean, give some time to the guys who maybe don't play as much, and take this
Right.
blessing as something that the heavy minutes guys, Siobhan, Chacho, Kyle, give them a rest
Yeah.
that maybe they weren't so much expecting.
Yeah, for sure, man. It'd be nice to see Troy Daniels out here. Jarian Grant's getting a little time.
Yeah,
It's funny. It's funny when we played when I played with Jarian Grant's brother, Jirai, we used to tease him, like if Gerard missed like a hook shot or a dunk or something like that, we'd be like, yo, if your daddy was Horace, you would have made that.
Wow.
We used to clown. We used to always clown about the Horace and Harvey thing.
I'm sure they just catch that.
Oh yeah, man, it's hilarious, man. We used to poke a lot of fun, but he was super cool about it. But great dude, man, and obviously they come from a huge basketball family, man. All those guys are talented, super talented.
Absolutely. I mean, that's quite a tree that they have.
Yeah, for sure, man. And
It
end of
reminds
the
me of the
third
Holiday
quarter,
family.
man, the Holiday family. I mean, gosh, I mean, I have three brothers so close in age playing at such an elite level, man. I mean, the Holiday family, the Ball brothers. I mean, there's a lot of basketball families out there around the globe, man, that are putting in work at a high level. It's crazy. It's crazy how that is. But man, it looks like in the YouTube comments, one Fenerbahce fan said there's bad guard performance. And yeah, I mean, I think guys are just not making shots and they're not getting easy shots. You know what I mean? I don't think I don't think it's necessarily anybody just throwing the ball to the stands or anything like that. It's just, I mean, it's just tough. They're playing. Milan's playing great defense, and great defense is forcing you into tough shots, and it's hard to make tough shots. I don't care where
Yeah,
you're
I don't
playing.
think you
So
can pinpoint it as one thing. Like I
right,
would just say Milan is being overwhelming. Their defense is great, holding them to 14% from three, 40% from two. I mean, that's unbelievable. Forced
right,
Fener into turnovers. I mean, that's great through three quarters. So there's
yeah,
no pinpoint of that. It's just Milano is just dominating tonight.
yeah. It's just one of those games, man. I think it's a tough pill to swallow for fans, but sometimes, man, the game is just not clicking. You're out of sync, and you end up getting beat on like this. As this fan looks completely frustrated. Doesn't look like he's going to get much sleep tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of how they're all feeling.
Yeah, man, it's tough, but let's see if something positive can come out of it this last quarter. There we
Yeah,
go.
I
Let's
mean,
kick it off with $3.
hey, there we go. Get it right. Now I'm kind of surprised to see Chacho and Siobhan out there to start the fourth.
Right. Yeah.
A bit surprised at that.
Yeah. So you used to play with Mike James, who's now at Monaco. How have you been? How have you seen Mike progress over the years?
Oh, poof. Right, first of all, it's a rise to the top. Play with Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I was in basketball, and so that team. I came. They had made the EuroLeague Final Four. So I mean, they had Barousis, who was the MVP of the ACB, I believe that year, and Darius Adams, who was just a walking bucket for them. Shangalia, monster down low. Obviously, it was a crazy talented team. So Mike was just right away with him. Obviously, offensive talent through the roof. His bag of tricks is second to very few people in this whole world. So it's not surprising to see him, dominate scoring wise throughout the EuroLeague, and was very surprising to see him go to Monaco. I didn't see that happening, so I thought that was great for the EuroLeague, great for him.
Yeah.
And awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was great for Monaco. I mean, they've been having an impressive EuroLeague debut for this season, and yeah, man. I mean, Mike is obviously he's a world of a talent, especially in regards to scoring. So yeah, I'm still waiting on him to have that one game where he just goes completely nuts and just drops
Yeah,
like 40. I
yeah.
feel like we all know it's coming. We all know it's coming. But
Right, right. Because I mean, he can obviously he can hit difficult shots, so he's going to get the easy ones. He's so athletic that he's going to get to the rim. I mean, he could easily punch it on any big, atom. So
right.
when he's clicking and he's making those sidestep threes over the outstretched hands of the defense, then you're in for a really long night.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody back home, please leave your questions in the comment section here on the YouTube channel. Let us know who you're supporting. Let us know anything that's on your mind. As you can see, this game is not very close, but we're gonna try and keep it entertaining for y'all. So please leave your questions, and we'll get to them as we can. If you're looking to subscribe to EuroLeague TV, you can. We got a promo code Watchalong10. You can sign up at EuroLeague.tv or EuroLeague.net. Go to both sites for more info and to watch this game and others throughout this EuroLeague season. 27-point game, man. It's just cardio at this point, fellas.
You're basically right. Maybe you start working on some moves that you've been just working on in practice.
Yeah, something you had in your
game.
bag, right?
Yeah.
Yo, did you ever do anything like in practice that you just never had the heart to do in a game? Was there
Yeah.
anything you ever working on in practice?
I mean, not so much like a particular move, but if I think I was mad at my coach one time, and it's just that mentality of like, what, I'm just gonna do what I want out here. So as soon as I take one dribble past half court, screw the offense, I'm about to shoot. Like I don't care. There was a couple like that, when for whatever reason we weren't clicking. So it happened a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember one of my years, I came off, and it just did it off instinct. I was on the left side of the floor. I came off a pick and roll. My man he was raising up out of the corner, and I threw it behind my back as I was driving. I threw it behind my back and wrapped it around to him, and he's open, he shot the three, and I was like, damn, I was like, excuse my language, but I was like, dang, that was a good pass. And then I think I did it again, and it was a good pass, but I never did it in the game. I never had that heart. I didn't want that turnover, man. I used to hate turning the ball over.
You got to be crisp to do that type of stuff in the game. If the confidence is not 100% ready for it, then you're probably just going to stick with the normal bounce pass.
Right. Ball fake swing. You know what I mean? So keep it simple.
Yeah. Shot one more.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure, man. But what memories do you have from the Final Four? I mean, it was the first time Milan getting to the Final Four in the modern era. What was that whole experience like?
I thought it was really fun. Just getting out to walk around. At that time, it was great. The buzz in the city was awesome. I thought the games were actually very good too. Unfortunately, we lost in the semifinal to Barca, but I mean, we were one shot away. I mean, one half a centimeter away, basically. Kevin had a basically game-sealing three go in and out, and if we make that at the end with a few seconds, then final playing for the chip. Enough, that ball comes out. I'm sure he's forever going to have that engraved in his brain. Corey Higgins hits a huge shot basically as the buzzer's going off, and they win the game. It was, heartbreaking for Juan, but overall, I mean, that was awesome experience getting there, and then we got the third place win over Cheska. So overall, it was great.
Yeah, what were some of the things they had you guys doing? Like, because obviously you arrived a few days before. What were kind of some of the things they had you guys doing around the hotel? You guys have a lot of media responsibilities. Were there any events or anything you guys had to do? What was that like?
A lot of media. There was a lot of agents down talking with teams, trying to get their clients, set up for next year, blah, blah, blah. Still climb, sure. But I remember as soon as we touched off, finds his 9th Final Four in a row, if I'm not mistaken. So it's wild to see every video camera just want to get a piece of him immediately. Like his first words, "It's your 9th time, Kyle. Congratulations. What do you want to say?" Mike, right? So that's funny, but nothing crazy. Our coaching staff did a good job of keeping us just not too busy and just stay focused on the game.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. And we got a question in the YouTube comments. Claim Maine says, "What is your prediction for the Final Four this year?"
Wow.
4 teams. Four teams,
not,
Michael Roll.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there, but off the top of the head, I'm going to go Milan, Barca. Ephes is a question mark, but I want to throw them back there just because they have so much talent. Sleeper is Asvel.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
I
really like
Asvel,
how they're coached, and this year they got some really, really good pieces.
For sure. Aswell is playing extremely well. My young boy, Ellie, is leading the league in scoring this year.
Man, he's a
been
bucket.
playing
I didn't
amazing.
even know all that.
Yeah, nah, Ellie's been tough, man. I've enjoyed watching him improve over the years. So they got a lot of pieces, man. They got guys coming off the bench playing hard, and D. Lighty, obviously he went down with another injury, but once he gets back, I mean, that's just another, defender and, facilitator for them. So I like, and Chris Jones, man, we can't forget about Chris Jones. He's been playing exceptionally well this year.
He's been playing very, very good.
For sure. For sure, man. So yeah, we'll see what they do. And for those that are maybe just joining us, this is not a close game at all. Fenerbahce is 37.
Not the game you
Milan
want to
join. Yeah, but the watch-along is. The watch-along is. Maybe the game is not what you're expecting, but, the watch-along is cool. We 37-64. Armani Exchange Milan is up. And, I think we have got a few minutes left, so.
Yeah, obviously this game is out of reach, but you see the Italian on Italian crime right there with Gigi blocking Polonara on his drive to the hoop.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, let's just say out of all your years overseas, all the countries, if you had to take one dish home with you back to the States, which one would it be?
One dish. I would say I'm a breakfast guy. And I would go with menemen.
Okay, what is that?
Menemen is similar to shakshuka. It's like an egg breakfast dish. Tomatoes, like very, not sauteed, but cooked very well, almost like juicy. You drop in some eggs, depending on where you are, a lot of garlic or mushrooms, however they serve it. But comes in like close to a hot skillet, like almost a fajita thing. You dip some bread in it, or you could just eat it with your, with your utensils. But it's phenomenal.
Okay. Nah, it sounds good.
What's yours? What's yours? You've been in some good countries too. What's yours?
Overseas, I would say, man, honestly, like I don't believe that I had anything that just touched my soul more than the risotto in Italy. Prior to that, I'd never eaten risotto, and when I played in Italy, I was eating that religiously. But risotto was definitely
one. When he played in Italy, he was like, I was like 5 kilos heavier the whole year. And this was early in my
Yeah.
career. I'm like, 5 kilos. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, okay, 11 pounds. Like, dang, that's a lot.
Yeah. The food out there, man, is if you like Italian food, I mean, there's no better place to be. So,
Hmm.
you know, that's Italy's definitely it for me, man. But so with you, so what's next for you? You got this season going on right now in Turkey, playing
Hmm.
well. What aspirations do you have after basketball?
Yeah, I something similar to this. I think I want to do commentating for games back home. College basketball would be my first preference. I would love to stick on the West
EuroLeague will
Coast.
be the first preference. College basketball 1B.
You know, we could get to that point at some point in the next few years, but once I'm done hooping, I don't really want to leave the West Coast of the United States for a while. So maybe I could get to the EuroLeague commentating in a few years, but once I want to, see family just because I haven't for so long. Yeah, so commentating would be good for me and stay with the game, keep my roots.
Yeah. Do you think it's easier for players to kind of make that move? I mean, because we've seen a number of players kind of get into commentating and broadcasting.
Hmm.
How do you prepare for that?
Hmm. One of the guys I look up to was a commentator for a while, Miles Simon, and I saw the preparation that
Wow.
he put into it, and it's not just, oh yeah, I played basketball, so I'll be able to talk about the game. No, there's a lot that goes into it. You got to know, what each team is going through, what kind of style of basketball they play, so you can break it down for the fans. Knowing each player. You can't just go out there and like, oh, number 12, he's really shooting well tonight. No, you kind of have to know
Right.
everybody's background, where they come from. So it's not so, yeah, let's just show up to the game tonight and talk about basketball. It's not how it works. But hopefully I'm able to, keep that going and have some success with it because, I've really had fun.
Yeah. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that, and I look forward to hearing you on some broadcast. In the
Hmm.
future after you finish getting buckets, of course. After you finally. For the fans back home, Mike has retired like 10 times. To me personally, in confidence, he's retired 10 times, and he just keeps coming back and gets buckets and better jobs. I just don't get it, but we'll see. Mike might not ever stop playing, so that commentating job may not happen.
Yeah, I think it's one of the hardest things is for an athlete to hang them up. Nobody
For
wants to.
sure.
You train your whole life for this. We're able to do it from birth basically. It's what we love the
Hmm.
most. It's also a scary sight, to go into the next chapter of your life. So I know a lot of people struggle with the fear aspect of it. To be honest.
Yeah, nah, I think it's definitely a scary sight, and I think once the pandemic hit, I know a lot of players were reaching
Hmm.
out to me and talking to me about the transition and things of that nature, and
Hmm.
it's tough, man. I mean, you think about it, like you said, we've been playing ball since we were a little kid, and just to finally
Hmm.
like on your own say, all right, I'm done. You know what I mean? To come to
Yeah.
that point, it's yeah, it's a scary feeling, until it happens. But obviously you're a multifaceted person, and you're gonna find your next career. And one thing I enjoy about having retired is kind of putting that competitive energy towards something else. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And if it's centered around basketball as well, it's even better. You know,
Right.
so I don't think it.
I mean, you've got a very good gig going that you set up for yourself, and it's great to see you guys grow, you personally, and you get to still stick with this type of stuff, the content, the basketball, and it's all very fun for you. So I'm happy for you in that aspect.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. And you've been supportive, and I mean, what's better than sitting back and watching some EuroLeague basketball and
Right.
talking
Right.
talking with some friends, man. There's nothing better
Yeah.
than that.
Man,
There's
I need to
nothing
get
better
this
than
set up.
that.
Talk with some friends every week and watch some good basketball.
Yeah, nah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all, man. And just a quick check-in back in the game. It's 37-66, 29-point lead for Milan. We're coming down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. We have a YouTube comment from Ali Ert. He says, great to hear Michael Rose, Rocky, and Miniman references all these years spent in Turkey. Yeah, and he said, quick question.
This is my 4th season in Turkey.
Yeah, and he said, quick question, what did he think with the quarterfinal series with Bayern Munich last season? Was almost eliminated by the sleeper team of last year.
Yeah, great question. That was an unbelievable series. Hats off to them because they played great. They took us to 5 games. Every game, dogfight, and they have an Italian coach, so that was some added motivation for him and them. They like this fan said, they were the sleeper team. They had a lot of talent, and they played great. So that was fun. And even the 5th game, we were up considerably the last minute, and they just came stuck and then made it very close at the end.
Yeah. Well, you guys made it out of there to the Final Four, but that was it's definitely a game that obviously a lot of people remember. I think playoff time is just always an exciting time, man. There's just so much at stake. I mean, the level, I mean, EuroLeague level, I mean, even right now it's high, but like just to think that it gets even higher, it's crazy, but it does. You know what I mean? It's so much more important.
I mean, the playoffs and the Final Four really just turned up the intensity, the mental preparation. We're locked in, so that was high level basketball.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. And we just saw Troy Daniels took a shot, possession ago, down on the other end. He got into the game. I don't think he's got on the board
yet. It's nice to see everybody else getting some minutes. So him, Grant Paul Liga, number 19 for Milano. Nice to see him out there. So it's a minute 42 left. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. So let's just get through the game and get on to the next one.
Yeah. And Ali has another question. He says, on the other side of the coin, how does it feel getting eliminated at the Final Four with the buzzer beater? And his question is, what's it like in the locker room after that bucket? Is it just dead silence, or how is it?
Luckily, the team was just a lot of veterans, a lot of classy guys, so it wasn't so much silence. Obviously, we all were hurt by that game. Like you give your everything, your mental, your physical. Basically, you envision winning the championship, and then because of that game, your season's pretty much over. So you're all in the same boat. You're hurt. You use so much energy. You're proud of your guys. You fight with everybody. You're proud to have done it. So it was just all love in the locker room, but definitely some real hurtness.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's close, man. And you've been in even in your college career, man, you were no stranger to Final Fours, man. And unfortunately, coming up short is never the goal. But I mean, I think it's really a dope experience to be a part of, so many great teams. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's something you definitely appreciate once you look back at your career, and even at this point.
No, 100%. Just watching friends and family being able to experience it with me, that was absolutely great. It's talking pieces for friends that come over, and the memorabilia that you get, to save with it. It's all very special.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. So with this game coming to an end, 35 seconds, you got an MVP for this game. We're just gonna hand it out to the whole team. I mean, everybody was clicking.
It's tough to give it to one player just because they were all so dominant. But the first half was probably Devin Hall. Third quarter, maybe Kyle Hines. He was really locked in there. So Chacho played great. Siobhan was great. But yeah, like you said, you got to give it to the whole Milano team because their defense was just only 3-pointer is unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure, man. They definitely showed up, man. And on the other side of EuroLeague, Monaco is up to an early 13-point lead against Bayern Munich. Just 12 minutes into that game. So you guys can head over to EuroLeague.tv once this game is finished in these next 15 seconds and check that game out. And you'll also have a chance to check out the Real Madrid Zalgiris game coming up shortly in about 15 minutes. But this game is over. Man, it was definitely a beating, but hopefully
So
teams will get
let's
better
revisit
from this.
who got the prediction correct and who didn't.
Hey, Michael Rowe, you win again. You win again, my friend. You win again, my friend. I'm sad to say, you've beaten me a number of times, man, and each time it just hurts a little more. That wound just gets deeper. It just gets deeper.
Stick it further down. There we go.
Nah, it's all good, man. But I appreciate you hopping on with me, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. Yeah, it's been great. It's been great to watch your career. It's been great to sit down here, watch a EuroLeague basketball game with you. And man, best of luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun. I hope we can do it again.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And everybody back home, please like and subscribe to the EuroLeague Basketball channel. Again, if you want to sign up, go to EuroLeague.tv or EuroLeague.net. We got a promo code, Watchalong10. Don't forget about the Fantasy Challenge. You can go to fantasychallenge.euroleague.net. Stay tuned for the rest of the EuroLeague games coming up today. And we'll be back here, same place, different time, but just stay tuned to the EuroLeague channels and you'll be all caught up. But that's it. Everybody stay safe, and we'll see y'all next week. We're out.